What do cruise ships feel like after everyone disappears, after the music stops, after the restaurants close, after thousands of passengers fall asleep? What's left? Because cruise ships never truly sleep, they just become something completely different after 2 a.m. Cruise ships never truly sleep, they just become something completely different after midnight. During the day, a cruise ship feels loud, busy, almost overwhelming. Music around the pool, crowded elevators, buffets full of people, announcements constantly playing in the background. Everywhere you look, something is happening. And that's the version of cruise ships most people know. But very few passengers ever experience the ship after 2 a.m. because by then, most people are asleep, the parties are ending, the restaurants are closing, the crowds disappear, and slowly, the ship transforms. The strange thing is, it no longer feels like the same place. The loud energy is gone, and what replaces it is silence. Not complete silence, but a softer world. The hum of the engines, the sound of distant waves, quiet footsteps in long hallways. And suddenly, you begin noticing things that were invisible during the day. The lighting feels different, the hallways feel longer, the ocean outside the windows feels darker and more endless. And for some reason, time itself feels slower. That's what makes late-night cruising so strange. The ship stops feeling like entertainment and starts feeling almost cinematic, like a floating city drifting through darkness. And the people still awake at this hour? They're different too. Some are quietly eating pizza after midnight, some are walking alone on empty decks, some are sitting near windows just staring at the ocean. No music, no crowds, no rush, just space. And maybe that's why late-night cruising feels so unforgettable. Because during the day, cruise ships are designed to distract you, but after 2 a.m., there's nothing left to distract you anymore. It's just you and the ocean. And tonight, we're going to explore that hidden side of cruise ships, the side most passengers never stay awake long enough to experience. One of the strangest experiences on a cruise ship after 2 a.m. is simply walking through it. During the day, hallways are constantly alive, people talking, children running, room service moving through corridors, doors opening and closing every few seconds. But late at night, everything changes. The hallways become quiet, almost too quiet. You start hearing sounds you never noticed before. The low vibration of the engines beneath the floor, the distant movement of the ocean against the ship, the soft echo of footsteps in empty corridors, and somehow, the ship starts feeling much larger than it did during the day. During busy hours, cruise ships feel crowded and compact, but after midnight, the empty spaces create a completely different atmosphere. The lighting becomes softer, the carpets absorb sound, and every hallway begins feeling cinematic, almost unreal. Sometimes you'll pass another passenger quietly walking alone. Neither person says anything, you just continue moving through the silence. And then there's the strange feeling of looking outside at night. During the day, the ocean feels beautiful, but at night, it feels endless, completely black. No buildings, no lights, no horizon, just darkness stretching forever beside the ship. And that's when many people suddenly realize how isolated they really are. A floating city, moving through the middle of nowhere. And somehow, that feeling becomes peaceful, not scary, peaceful. Because for once, there's no noise from the outside world, no traffic, no notifications, no pressure, just movement and silence. That's why some passengers intentionally stay awake late into the night on cruises. Not for parties, not for entertainment, but for this feeling. The rare experience of seeing a normally crowded world become completely still. And once you experience it, you never look at cruise ships the same way again. After 2 a.m., the cruise ship belongs to a completely different group of people. The loud crowds are gone, but a smaller world is still awake. And one of the most interesting places to see this is the late-night food area. Usually it's pizza, sometimes desserts, sometimes small cafes. Nothing luxurious, nothing fancy. But at this hour, it feels different. You'll see tired travelers quietly eating while staring out at the ocean, small groups talking softly after long nights, people sitting alone, relaxing in silence. And there's something strangely comforting about it. Because during the day, cruise dining feels fast and crowded. But after midnight, everything slows down, no pressure, no rushing. Even the workers seem calmer, and nearby, you'll often find quiet lounges still open, soft jazz playing in the background, dim lighting, a few passengers sitting with drinks in silence. And this is the version of cruise life many people never discover. Not the loud version, the calm version, the reflective version. Because something happens to people late at night at sea, they slow down mentally, conversations become quieter, people become more thoughtful. Maybe it's the darkness outside, maybe it's the sound of the ocean, or maybe it's because late at night, cruise ships stop feeling like entertainment and start feeling emotional. You begin thinking differently. You notice small things, the movement of the ship, the lighting, the atmosphere, and somehow, those moments become stronger memories than the big daytime activities. Not because they're exciting, but because they feel real. What happens to a cruise ship after everyone goes to sleep, after the music stops, after the restaurants close, and the crowds disappear? Because cruise ships never truly sleep. They just become something completely different after 2 a.m. During the day, the ship feels loud and alive, but after midnight, everything changes. The decks become empty, the air feels colder, and the sound of the ocean becomes impossible to ignore. Crew members quietly prepare the ship for the next morning, while a small number of passengers experience a completely different side of cruise life, a calmer side, a quieter side. And maybe that's the most unforgettable part of cruising, standing alone on a quiet deck, in the middle of the ocean, while the rest of the world sleeps. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. Would you stay awake after 2 a.m. to experience this side of a cruise ship? Until next time, travel smart, sail smarter.